watch out when you tell one.
You look a little worse for wear. Haven't slept in a long time, have you?
Too long, I should say.
Come on, step closer. With me, you'll find what you're looking for.
I don't want to hear that.
You said that you've got what I need. Does that include information?
But of course, what is it you want to know?
That's exactly what I said.
Are there any other traders here at the harbor?
If you keep to the left at the quay, you'll find Helvor, my husband. He sells fish. On the other side, there's Brahim, the cartographer.
Do you know anyone from the upper quarter?
If I knew anyone up there, I wouldn't be standing here, my boy.
What interesting things are there to see around the harbor?
Well, if you're looking for some action, you can go down to Cardiff's Inn at the quay. There's always something brewing there. You can hardly miss it. The guy standing by the entrance there will certainly draw your attention to it. Besides that, there's the large ship of the Paladins, the King's stately war galley. That one's really worth seeing. You'll find it if you keep left at the quay and then pass under the high rock face.
Has anything exciting happened lately?
You could say so. It wasn't that long ago. A thief ran by here. He must have stolen a bow in the lower part of the city. Of course, the militia came here way too late, like always. He got away from them, just jumped into the harbor, and he was gone.
Nobody ever asks me.
Show me your wares.
It can't go on like this forever. Nobody wants to know. And that's the truth.
Hey, you!
Hey, do you need fish? Get your fish here, fresh from the depths of the sea.
Been there, done
If I hadn't seen
Show me your
my
fish.
eyes.
that. Will it ever change?
But that's terrible.
I'm staying up.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
Nobody will know anything from me.
That's terrible.
What are you cooking there?
Oh, fish soup. It's not all that tasty, but at least it's hot. You can try a plateful, if you like.
What can you tell me about the city?
Most citizens in this town are afraid of thieves. Therefore, it's not a good idea to enter strange houses. But if you're looking for a place to stay overnight, you're welcome to sleep in my hut. There's an extra bed that you can have.
Aren't you afraid of thieves?
The only valuable thing that I ever owned has already been taken. Oh, someone stole my statue of Innos.
Could you cook me some soup?
I cook for everybody. For you too, if you want. All you need to do is bring me a fish. Don't say.
That's not what my husband thinks.
But that's terrible.
Ah, you've come just in time. I'm in need of an assistant for a magic experiment. I'm sure you're eager to do me a favor for science's sake.
Easy, my friend. First tell me what this is all about.
I have developed a new spell, a spell of oblivion. I've already successfully carried out a few practical applications, but I don't have time to conduct one final test.
What's in it for me if I help you?
I could teach you how to brew potions. I know the recipes for healing and mana essences, and for potions of great speed.
Tell me more about the experiment and the spell.
The spell serves to make somebody forget various events. So far, I have only found it to work when the person in question is angry, for instance. If he has been knocked down or robbed, even if he has only witnessed such a deed, he will scratch it from his memory.
So I'm supposed to knock somebody down and then put a spell on him?
Yes, I think you get the point. But to make somebody angry, it is enough to attack him. You don't have to knock him down. So you should pick somebody who's by himself. If there are other people around, you'll just get into trouble with Lord Andre. Also, it makes no sense to cast the spell on someone who's busy attacking you. Wait for the right moment.
All right, I'll try out that spell.
Then take this spell scroll and find yourself a suitable guinea pig. Once you're done, come back and tell me how it went.
Talks to you. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, he had better shut up.
That's an open secret.
And it's gonna get even worse.
That's what I've always said.
And it works over
What do you want?
I wanted to have a look around here.
And where exactly are you headed?
What interesting things are there to see here?
There's a cat house here and a tavern. The landlord's name is Cardiff. If it's information you want, he'll be the right person to talk to. Do you, need money, by the way?
Are you giving it away?
No, but right across the street here is the house of Lamar, the moneylender. I'm sure he'll give you a few gold pieces. Just go ahead.
Do you work for Lamar?
Smart kid.
Actually, I was on my way to the upper quarter.
Yeah, right. And I was about to board a ship and have it take me to the king for an audience. People like you and me haven't been allowed in the upper quarter since the paladins came.
Are you a citizen of this town?
If you mean do I live here? Yeah. But still they won't let me into the upper quarter. Only the toughs can get in there, or the merchants and craftsmen from the lower end of town. The people from the harbor district don't carry much weight in Corinth. There isn't even a regular militia patrol down here.
Has anything exciting happened lately?
Not long ago, the city guards turned the entire harbor district upside down. They were searching for stolen property. There've been plenty of thefts here lately, especially in the better quarters. They're obviously trying to blame the poor suckers at the harbor for everything.
I want to fight against you.
Do you have 50 gold pieces?
Here you are.
We have a new challenger. The bets are placed. Are you ready?
Come here.
Then let's see what you can do.
Show him! Show him!
Give it your all.
Bad at all.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus. By the explicit order of the Honorable
my
Lord
head.
Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted.
Wait a minute.
Security
Oh,
measures for the
man.
protection of the
You
upper
packed quite a
quarter will be
punch.
further
I see you already took
The
your
guards
gold.
on
You
the
could have
gate
waited
are
until I
ordered to
gave it to you.
interpret the law
I
in the
keep my
strictest
word.
sense
And
in
one
order
more
to
thing.
prevent
No one
unauthorized
talks about
entry.
what goes on behind the warehouse. The militia puts everyone who does the slightest thing here behind bars. And those boys don't like to see betting on fights.
I've got your sword.
Ah, that's much better than fighting with an old stick.
Can you train me?
As long as you have the necessary experience, sure.
Train me as a sword fighter.
But Enos beheld what Beliar had done, and he also bestrode the land and chose the human. And Enos spoke to him, and the human became his subject. And Enos gave unto him a portion of
Hey,
his
you.
divine power, so that he
Well, what have we
might
here?
undo the work
Have
of
you no
Beliar.
manners? That's disgusting. Oh, is this filthy rabble?
And Beliar
Haven't you a
spoke to
job where you
another
ought to
creature,
be? But I
Adonis
suppose no
brought
one would
forth
miss
the
a
tide,
down-at
and the
heel
creature
fellow
was
like
washed
you,
from the
hey?
face of the earth.
Well, if you had as much gold as I do, you wouldn't have to work either. But you'll never be
But
that
with
rich.
it, the trees
I see
and
I'm gonna have
animals
lots of
were
fun
also
with you.
washed away, and a deep sadness
I asked you who you
overcame
are.
Adonis.
I am Valentino, the handsome, bon vivant, and ladies'
And
man.
thus spake Adonis
Poor
to
in
his
cares,
brothers,
rich in wisdom and gold,
"Never
and the
again
women throw
shall
themselves
you
at
walk
me.
upon my
If you have
land,
problems,
for it
keep
is
them.
sacred.
I don't need them.
And so shall it be.
Looks like I'm gonna have to
But
teach
the
you some
human
manners.
And the beast waged
Doesn't matter to
war
me.
upon
Thrash
the
me all
land
you
of
want.
Adonis,
When I get up
and
tomorrow,
the
I'll be
wrath of
fine
the gods
again.
was with
But
them.
you'll have to run around with that mug of yours for life.
Do you
And the
have
human
anything else to
slew
tell
the
me?
beast,
Make yourself
and it entered
popular. Never
into
promise
Beliar's
anything to
realm.
anyone. Take what you can and watch out that you don't get into a quarrel with the militia. Or with jealous husbands, of course. They're the worst, let me tell you.
Adonis saw that order and chaos were now unequal, and he bade Enos to take his divine power from the human.
Put away that weapon. Will you put away that damn weapon? You asked for it. Guards!
Stop it already.
Enos in his wisdom did
Alarm!
I'm not touching that.
Guards!
Oh my god, a fight.
But Adonis saw that order and chaos were now unequal, and he bade Enos to take his divine power from the human.
Just you wait a minute, bitch.
Alarm!
But Adonis saw that order and chaos were now unequal, and he
Put away that weapon.
I'm not telling you anything new.
Will you put away that damn weapon?
Believe that.
You asked for it.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
and Enos.
Guards!
I knew that would be a problem. I agree with you.
Guards!
Oh my god, a fight.
Yes, run as fast as you can.
That's not what I heard.
Really? How is it? That's an open secret.
Oh my God! A fight!
No idea. You tell me.
Whack 'em!
Not bad at all. Oh, brutal! These are bad times.
These are bad times.
Been there, done that.
And he works all day too. He can't keep anything
You don't
to
say.
himself.
Nobody wants to know.
That's what I've always said.
Oh man, my head.
Wait a minute.
And he works all day too. He simply talks too
Now
much.
that's typical, isn't it?
He thinks it's as easy as that.
That's not what I heard. He better shut up. He better shut up.
I used the spell scroll.
Fine, fine. And were you successful?
Yes, it worked.
Excellent. One small success for science, but a big one for me. Now, I can use my time to instruct you in the arts of alchemy. I could also give you some useful things if you want.
And so he bade Enos to leave a part of his power.
Really? How interesting.
That's not what my husband thinks.
I can't take care of everything right
Now that's typical.
Come here, you beast. I love this shit.
That was no big deal.
That'll only cause more trouble.
He thinks it's as easy as that.
Those cutthroats are threatening my husband. We are citizens of the town, loyal to the king, and the mercenaries are planning to rob us. Now don't you just stand there, do something. Help us.
There have been all kinds of rumors.
No idea.
Everything all right? As soon as anyone says anything wrong around here, the dance starts. So watch your step or there'll be a slaughter.
Will you join the fight?
Do you really think
I'm not just gonna stand here when the ruckus starts, but
He really should have.
I'm not
known
gonna
better.
push it either.
why haven't I heard about this before?
Is there a problem?
No, everything's fine. It would be better if you left now.
Are you sure?
Yeah, everything's fine. I can't talk to you now.
Whatever it is that brought you here, you had better forget it and hit the road.
That will never change.
Hey, Yoko! Have you lost your way?
Already know what I think.
Go back to your field and pull up a few turnips.
Tell me that isn't true.
Hey, you're still here. I'll give you a choice, stranger. Piss off or die.
I want to join you mercenaries.
Oh, really? Piss off, then. Oh, you're not gonna join anyone ever again.
You're at the
will never
wrong
change.
place at the wrong time. So I guess that if you want to live,
feel sorry.
you'd better hit the road now. Get it?
Tell me that isn't true.
You had
Oh,
your
my
chance, but you don't seem to want to listen to reason. All right, so I'm gonna kill you now. Angardo, let's do them in. You're in for it now.
So much for you.
Thank Innos. I thought my time had run out. My name is Akil. I've
Well, at
farmed this
least
humble
you've got
piece of
some
land.
gold on
Who
you.
were those people?
Those were
I
mercenaries
think
from
I'll take
Onar's
your
farm.
weapon.
Those bastards don't know anything but plunder and murder. I'd been fearing the worst. Well, thank Innos it didn't come to that. Tell me, what can I do for you?
Nothing. Just as long as you got through this all right.
You're an exceptional fella. May Innos guard you on your way.
What did the mercenaries want from you?
You don't know that? Onar, the landowner, hired them. They guard his farm and collect the rent for him. And that means they go from farm to farm and take whatever they want. And whoever can't pay gets a taste of their steel.
You know your way around this area.
Sure. What do you want to know?
Where can I find Onar's farm?
Just go back down the stone steps and follow the road to the east. At some point, you come to a tavern. From there, you go farther east until you come to the big fields. That's where the mercenaries hang out.
What is that tavern to the east of here?
Ask Randolph. He knows more about it than I do. He's been there a few times.
What is there in the woods behind your farm?
There's just a whole bunch of monsters back there. And the wolves are the least dangerous. A few bandits are also said to have their caves there. Well, they've left my farm alone so far.
Baltram sent me. I'm supposed to pick up a shipment for him here.
So, you're his new messenger. Okay, I've already made up the package.
I've gotta go.
So long. I really wish I could have done more for you.
Everything all right?
Yes, I'm fine. That Alvarez has become bolder and bolder lately. Good thing that's over now. What I could use now is a good drop in the tavern.
You're not from around here, right?
I come from the Southern Isles. At some point they said they needed people in Corinnes because of that magic ore. But when I got there, they had this huge barrier in place, and I didn't want to go in there, so I started working in the harbor. Well, the ships stopped coming in, and so I went to work for Akil. I've had worse jobs, actually.
You hang out in the tavern?
That's right, but not recently. I cannot afford going there anymore.
What exactly is going on there in the tavern?
There's gambling there. Two fellows compete against each other. Whoever can hold the most beer wins. In the end, I did nothing but lose, and now I need to make some more money first.
Who did you go up against?
Against Rukar, that old good-for-nothing. So far, he's beaten me every time. But somehow, I have the creeping suspicion that the filthy swine has laced my beer with gin every time. I suspect he keeps the gin hidden in that damn chest of his, that lousy scumbag. Somebody ought to sneak some plain water into his chest. Then he could lace my beer all he wants. If I only had enough money to compete against him one more time.
Are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you.
Why don't you defend yourself against Onar's tyranny?
For us farmers near the city, it makes more sense to stay on the good side of the city militia than to rely on Onar's mercenaries. On the other hand, there's Bengar and Sekub who would rather give up their farms than work for the king.
Where do I find the farms of Bengar and Sekub?
They're not far from the farm where the landowner lives. Go east from here and you'll find them.
Haven't you ever considered moving away from here?
It's not easy to get away from this part of the country. All the land is walled in by a high, insurmountable chain of mountains. The only two ways out of here are the pass to the Valley of Mines and the harbor. Since we cannot afford passage on a ship, and the Valley of Mines is a place of no return, we're going to have to stay here.
What do you know about the pass?
I've never been there myself, but it must be somewhere near Bangar's farm on the high pastures.
Look out for your husband.
I shall do my best.
You're in for it now.
I'm gonna rip you to pieces!
I'll never get this open without the right key.
So there you are. I was beginning to think you'd been eaten by wolves. So, the rest of the way you can manage alone. I have to get back to the city. I've got a few things to take care of. Just follow this road here. And remember, stand up for yourself and don't take any crap, and it'll be smooth sailing.
There's another of these scummy pieces.
Wait a minute. Do you know anything about a thieves' guild in town?
The questions you ask. Of course, there's a thieves' guild here, just like in every big city. And every petty pickpocket or fence is probably connected to it somehow.
Do you know where I can find the thieves' guild?
No
Another
offense,
one of those things.
but even if I knew, I wouldn't tell you anything. These people usually react very sensitively to things like that. If you want to get involved with them, you should be very careful.
Can you teach me something?
Sure, if you want. I'll help you become more dexterous.
I want to become more dexterous.
Come here, you filthy beast.
Who are you?
I'm Orlan, the keeper of this here modest tavern. What are you looking for, stranger? Maybe a decent sword or a good piece of armor? A good swig from the country stills or just some information? I can give you all that and more if your coins ring.
What kind of armor can you offer me?
I have here a very nice piece that is sure to please you.
I agree with you completely.
I'll think about it.
As you like,
That was no big
but don't
deal.
wait too long.
How much do you charge for a room?
Give me 50 gold coins for a week, and you can choose a room.
He never would have thought of that himself.
Damned expensive.
Then you'll have to look elsewhere, my friend.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
How's it going with your tavern?
Times have been better, you know? People's purses aren't as open as they used to be.
That's really not my problem.
Show me your wares.
Same old
If you
thing
can pay.
all over again.
That's not what I heard.
It was his decision.
Do you really believe that?
I couldn't care less.
Is the beer any good here?
It's not exactly the best, but in these bleak times, you can't be choosy.
That will never change.
What are you doing here?
Up until a few weeks ago, I was slaving away on the landowner's fields. One day it just got too much for me, and I took myself out of there straight away. Now I'm my own boss. Everything I own is in this chest here. And that's all I
I'm staying
need,
out of
too. Interested in a little contest?
That was obvious all along.
What kind of a contest would that be?
Things
I call
could
it
tell
bottoms up. The rules are quite simple.
Nothing
We
amazing.
take turns ordering a tankard of the best beer the old geezer has to offer. Every tankard has to be drunk dry so that it doesn't even leave a ring if you set it on the table upside down. The last man standing wins.
Listen.
The loser pays the tab and a steak. Well, how about it?
Maybe some other time, when I'm not in a hurry.
Had to happen sooner or later.
Could I bet on someone else, though?
Certainly. If you finally manage to find someone with the guts to go up against me, then I'll bet with you. Everybody pays the same amount into a
Listen to the
pot.
wrong people.
The winner gets everything. The size of the
I used to
stake
say that
depends on
myself.
your purse. Bring me someone who dares to go up against me and you've got a bet.
It was his
I've got
decision.
somebody who wants to compete against you.
Who might that be?
That's not what
Randolph.
Randolph the Braggart. All right, why not? Send the wimp to me and the deal stands. You can pick him up again no more than 2 days later. Who knows?
there, done
Maybe
that.
you'll get lucky and he'll be able to stand by then. How big is your bet?
I've got no time for
100.
things like that.
That's what I like to hear.
He never would have thought of that himself.
I'll take your bet and hold it until the contest is over.
Will never
All right?
change.
Here's my stake.
You're hardly
All
going
right.
to believe these
Don't
days.
take too long bringing Randolph here, you
The
hear?
whole thing all over again.
I'm not telling you anything new.
Did anything else of interest happen?
Not that I know
Staying out
of.
of it.
Nobody tells me anything.
That doesn't surprise me.
I couldn't care less.
That's not what I heard.
Tell me that isn't true.
That doesn't surprise me.
And that's the truth.
I agree with you completely.
And that's the truth.
Well, he insisted he knew better.
I'm staying out of it.
I'll never get this open without the right key.
Going a long time.
I'll never get this open without the right key.
I've got no time for things like that.
Is it really true?
Can't rely on.
That's not my problem. That's really not my problem.
I couldn't care less.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
Tell me that it... What do we have here? Don't I know you from somewhere?
Who wants to know?
I'm Buster, one of Lee's mercenaries. And you had better be a little nicer to me, or I'll have your hide. All right. What do you want here?
If you say so. I'm on my way to see the landowner.
Indeed. You don't look all that dangerous to me.
You've got that right.
Yep. Over the years, you learn to spot these things, buddy. We get to fight orcs here more often than not. Or the guards from town. Persistent little bastards they are.
Do you mean real orcs? Those big things?
I'm talking about... Just a moment. Are you trying to pull my leg?
Oh, far be that from me.
You worm! You're really asking for it, huh? And come and show me what you've got, you hero!
Anytime.
Come closer then, buddy!
Defend yourself! Yeah, let him have it! Defend yourself! Not bad.
Well, we'll see the next time. All right, you're the better fighter. What do you want?
I want to find out more about the mercenaries in this region.
I can't tell you much about this region. You'd better ask the farmers. And as for us mercenaries, we have a very simple rule. If you can stand your ground, you're in. I think you're made of the right stuff to be one of us. But you shouldn't let it get to your head that you lucked out during our last fight. There are plenty of guys on the farm who are quite a bit better than I am. Sentenza, for one. He guards the entry to the farm. Whatever you do, don't pick a fight with him.
What about this Sentenza?
He'll try to squeeze some gold out of you when you come to the farm. He does that to all newcomers. And if I were you, I'd pay up. That's what I did back then. And the good thing was that he voted for me afterwards. One good turn deserves another, he said. I lost all my gold in the bargain, but it wasn't much to begin with. And I was glad of it in the end. I once watched him beat up a fellow who had decided not to pay him.
Thanks for the hint.
Indeed. Could it be worth anything to you?
Here you are, 5 gold pieces.
Thanks, man. Looks like I can take a few tonight after all. I won't forget this.
I want to join the mercenaries.
Anyone who can whack as hard as you shouldn't have too much trouble around here. My vote doesn't count much, since I haven't been here for long. But when Lee asks me, I'll vote for you.
Lee is the leader of the mercenaries, isn't he?
Right. Hey, now I remember where I know you from. You were in the colony, too.
So I was.
I didn't see you when the Big Bang happened. Not for a while before that, either.
I had other problems.
You've missed out on quite a lot, then. Things have changed since we were in the Slammer together.
What became of the mercenaries in the colony?
Once the barrier was gone, Lee let us out of the colony. He said that nothing could happen to us if we all stuck together. And he was right. It wasn't too long before we found ourselves a cozy spot right here. The landowner pays us to beat up the militia from the city, and most of us would have volunteered to do that even without pay. But Onar feeds us all, and we can bide our time until we see a good opportunity to get away from this blasted island.
Can you teach me how to fight better?
I might well be able to give you a hint or two.
That was obvious all along.
What are you doing here?
Guarding sheep. And if possible, staying out of trouble.
Doesn't always work, does it?
Nah, especially not with the mercenaries. I'm really glad to be out here in the pasture, although it can be dangerous too.
What's so dangerous in the pasture?
There's a small pack of wolves that roams the area. Lately, the damn beasts have come by and eaten one of my sheep almost every day. A few days ago, I had almost twice as many sheep. I don't want to think what Onar will do to me when he finds out.
Why didn't you tell the mercenaries about the wolves? I thought they worked for you.
Yeah, I know. I should have done that, but I didn't, damn it. And now, with so many sheep gone, I'm afraid to tell anyone about it at all.
But you just told me.
I'm already regretting that, too.
What if I kill those wolves?
You? By yourself? I don't believe it. I'd sooner trust my bellwether to do that.
Forget it. It was just a suggestion. I'll go over to the boys and see what they say about it.
Wait a minute. Okay, you're the greatest and you can take on 100 wolves at once, no problem. Mostly they lurk between the trees near the pasture. I think there were only 4.
Hey, you! I've done in the wolves.
You did it! Thank Innos. But now I still don't know how to tell Onar that all those sheep are gone. It's all that damn Bulko's fault.
What did you say about Bulko?
He's one of the mercenaries. It was actually his job to guard the pasture. But instead, he and his pal Silvio hang around Thekla in the kitchen all day. It's that bastard's fault if I don't get paid for weeks because of the lost sheep. I wish I could at least punch him in the mouth for it, but nobody stands a chance against him. The guy's a killer.
Hey! Everything all right?
Ah, an unfamiliar wanderer. I am very busy, so what do you want?
What are you doing here?
Well, the things a woodcutter and hunter usually do.
What interesting things are there to see here?
Interesting is well put. If you go deeper into the woods here, you'll run into some very evil fellows. They're about 10 feet tall, hairy, and in a really bad mood. So don't go there if you're not strong enough for them.
Can you teach me something about hunting?
Sure, but first get me something decent to eat. I'm dying of hunger out here. I want a bottle of milk, a loaf of bread, and a fat ham. Then I'll teach you what you want.
Here's the food you wanted.
Fantastic. And now?
Teach me how to hunt.
What do you want to learn? When removing the teeth, you have to take special care that they don't break when they come away from the skull.
Teach me how to hunt.
What do you want to learn? The mandibles of a minecrawler or field raider have to be removed with a very strong metal lever. They are lodged very deeply in the animal's skull.
One less monster around.
one less monster around. Been there, done that.
Enough trouble as it is.
That's no secret.
I'm no better off myself.
No one really wants to hear that.
Doing all right? Hey, I know you. From the colony. What do you want here?
I can't help it.
I've come to join you. Why not? I've got nothing against it.
Couldn't care less.
Anyway, you freed our mine from the guards back then.
I couldn't care
But don't count on getting along with the others here so easily. A lot of newbies have come along since then, and some of the old mercenaries won't remember you. I almost didn't recognize you. You look rather haggard.
No idea. You tell me.
When the barrier fell, I barely got away with my life.
He thinks it's
Looks like you got lucky then.
That's really not my problem.
his
Do you have anything to sell?
Oh, don't ask. Bennett, one of the new guys, takes care of the weapons and armor now. In the colony, I was responsible for Lee's entire weapons store. And then along came a trained smith and pow. I'm out of a job. I desperately need a new job, even if all I do is guard the farms out there.
You can't rely
I
on
don't care, just as long as I'm not twiddling my thumbs here anymore.
That will never change.
I'm not better off myself.
Can you teach me anything?
I can teach you a few tricks in handling a bow if you want. I don't have anything better to do right now anyway.
I'm better off myself. Just forever.
No idea. You tell me.
And? Found a new task yet?
He thinks it's
Not so far. Let me know if you have a job for me.
Nobody wants to know.
If he doesn't see that.
Have you tried finding a job in town?
In the city? Wild horses couldn't drag me there. Or do you think I would want to work there as a militia soldier? I can just imagine myself in the courtier's uniform, and then that obsession with obedience. Nah, forget it. There may not be anything to do here on the farm, but at least I can do what I want.
Nobody wants to know.
I don't believe this is gonna change.
Tell me that isn't true.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Just listen to him talk.
It was his decision, wasn't it?
You've got a lot of space up here.
It's nice enough. But if you go through the pass back there, you won't think so much longer. If this little tract of land has impressed you, then wait till you see the Valley of Mines back there.
Who are you?
My name is Gon. I'm a hunter and work for Bengar, the farmer here on the high pastures. I spend most of my time here outside, basking in the sun.
What do I need to know about the Valley of Mines?
No idea. I've only taken a fleeting glance at the valley. Look pretty dangerous. The best thing to do if you go there, through the pass, is to stay close to the beaten track. Either you take the way through the big gorge or the road over the stone bridge. That one is shorter and safer. Now that the orcs are roaming all over the place, you have to be a bit careful. I don't want to have to drag you to the herb witch.
Herb witch?
Her name is Sagita, and she's the healer for the farmers and the other people who live outside the harbor city. A truly curious female. No one really likes going to her, and everybody enjoys gossiping about her. But if you're sick, you won't find better help than Sagita and her kitchen full of healing herbs. You'll find her in the strip of woods behind Sekob's farm.
Can you teach me about hunting?
No problem. For 100 gold coins, I can show you how to gut the animals you bring down. Pelts and other trophies bring a lot of money in the market.
Here, 100 gold coins for your expertise on gutting animals.
Thanks. Now you're talking.
What can you teach me?
That depends on what you want to know. Animals don't like to give up their claws. You have to place your knife very precisely. Your hand should be slightly crossed. Then you separate the claw with a powerful tug. Merchants are always eager to be paid in claws.
What can you teach me?
That depends on what you want to know. These flies have a soft spot on their backs. If you press there, the stinger will be squeezed out very far, and you can detach it with your knife.
What can...
The best way to remove the wings of a blood fly is with a blow from a sharp knife very close to the fly's body. You have to watch out you don't damage the delicate tissue of the wings. They're worthless if you don't do it carefully.
How's the hunting?
The last animal I could bring down was a large rat. Not very encouraging and bad for business. For several days now, some kind of snorting beast has been roaming the area. It not only kills everything that moves, it also interferes with my work.
What does this dangerous beast look like?
I don't know exactly. Up to now, I mostly heard grunting and scratching. But I've seen what it can do. Even wolves aren't safe from it. The beast even bit the head off of one.
How much would you pay me if I killed that beast for you?
I'd give the person who killed it everything I could spare. 30 gold pieces.
Where does this scummy beast come from?
Somewhere from outside the woods. Maybe from the Valley of Mines, but I don't know for sure. I've never been to the Valley of Mines.
How's the hunting?
The last animal I could bring down was it.
nothing you can do about it.
That was no...
I'm no better off myself.
Things I could tell you.
Nothing amazing.
The things I could tell you.
Will it ever change?
I've got no time.
Nothing amazes me anymore.
Been there, done that.
I'm not telling you any...
Same old thing all over again.
Is it really true?
The things I could...
He never would have thought of that himself.
Can't rely on that.
If he doesn't see that... I agree with you completely.
What are you standing around here for?
I come from the castle. They've sent me to look for those missing, and to check out the area.
Those missing?
Some fled when the dragons attacked. Most of them didn't make it. No surprise there. But if there are any survivors left, I'll bring them back.
Can you help me get into the castle?
Sure. But you have to do me a favor. If you can make it to the castle, talk to the paladin Auric. Tell him that his brother bought it up there at the pass.
How can I get into the castle?
First of all, you can forget the direct path. But if you walk around the castle, you might have a chance from the back. You should stay away from the paths and use the river. It will be best if you swim downstream for a stretch. It should be easier from there. The orcs have set up a ram behind the castle. You can get in that way. Creep up on the orcs as closely as you can, and then run for it. You might just make it if you're fast enough.
What do I need to know about this area?
If you want to live, go back to wherever you came from. The Greenhides have laid siege to the castle for weeks now, and those dragons are hiding out somewhere too. The entire Valley of Mines is teeming with orcs. No matter where you're headed, this won't be a picnic.
I knew it. I knew that someone would succeed. Have you come over the pass? Our messenger managed to get through then.
No, your messenger didn't make it across the pass. I've come by order of Lord Hagen.
Accursed orcs. Well, Commander Garand will certainly want to speak to you. You'll find him in the large building guarded by 2 knights.
Where can I find gear here?
Tandor hands out the weapons. Engor, the steward, is responsible for everything else.
What about magic supplies?
We are equipped with spell scrolls. If you want some of them, let me know.
Who can teach me something here?
Ask Carol.
I wouldn't be so sure.
Hey!
What do you want?
Could you make a weapon for me?
I don't have time for that. Tandor hands out the weapons, I just make them. And Parlov sharpens them.
How's work?
I forge the weapons for the castle knights. Since we've been here, I've been fully occupied making new weapons. And we'll need them too. We'll show these damned orcs how sharp our blades are. Hey, Parlov, make those blades nice and sharp. Orcs are damn tough creatures.
That was obvious all along.
Wait a minute. Hey, how are you?
How do you think I'm doing? I spend a whole day at the grindstone sharpening blades. And yesterday, Engor shortened our rations again. If it goes on like this, we're all gonna starve, or we'll all be killed by orcs. Not a pleasant prospect.
Who is Engor?
Engor manages the provisions and shares out the rations. And they get smaller every week. Sure, you can bargain with him, but only for cold, hard cash.
And you can't afford that?
The most I can get for the lousy pay we collect is a couple of turnips.
What's up?
That damned Engor should hand out more rations.
Where can I find this Engor?
In the knight's house. Just go through the open entryway next to the smithy.
That was obvious all along.
I can't believe it.
Don't tell me you didn't know that. Listen to the wrong people.
Look who has returned, our hero from the barrier.
Good to see you, Milton. You here again?
Again. After the barrier collapsed, I entered the monastery of the Magicians of Fire. But once it was clear that the paladins wanted to come here, my experience and knowledge of the place proved to be quite useful. So they decided then and there to entrust me with the holy mission of providing magical support to this expedition. Do you remember Gorn, Diego, and Lester?
Of course I remember the boys.
Well, Gorn and Diego didn't get far. They were picked up by the paladins here in the valley. Lester has vanished, though. I have no idea where he's hanging around.
I've met Lester. He's with Zardos now.
One bit of good news, at least. Well, I have nothing pleasant to report.
So what is there to report?
The paladins came here with the intention of getting the magic ore, but with the dragon attacks and the orcs, I can't imagine the paladins will march out of here with the ore. No, Baianos. I feel the presence of something dark, something evil growing here. Something that emanates from this valley. We paid a high price for the annihilation of the Sleeper. The destruction of the barrier has ruined this place as well. We can all count ourselves lucky if we survive this.
How much ore have you stored away so far?
How much ore? Not one chest. We haven't had contact with the scrapers for some time. It wouldn't amaze me if they were all long dead, and we are being attacked by dragons and besieged by orcs. This expedition is a complete disaster.
Where are Gorn and Diego now?
Well, Gorn is sitting here in the dungeon because he resisted arrest. They assigned Diego to a troop of scrapers. Ask the paladin Parseval. He assembled the groups.
You mustn't believe everything you hear.
That doesn't amaze me.
I can't believe it.
Ah, so you're the guy who made it across the pass.
Yes.
Great. I'm Angor. I manage this expedition. Just don't get the idea that I give anything away for free. But if there's gold in your pockets, I'm always willing to cut a little deal.
You're the one who deals out the rations, or so I've heard.
That's right. Why? Should I feed you now too? If there's anything you want, you'll pay for it. Just like everyone else.
Maybe I can help you with your work.
Sure, why not? I could use some help.
So, what needs to be done?
Our food supplies are low. Above all, we're almost out of meat. So if you could get us some meat, raw or cooked, ham or sausages, that would be much appreciated. How about it? Will you help us?
Don't worry, I'll get you some meat.
About 24 chunks of meat would help me feed quite a few hungry mouths. Come back when you have the meat. I need to get back to my work now.
Here, I bought you something.
Great. You brought enough meat. That'll do for a while. But don't get the idea that I'll give you anything for free now.
Show me your wares.
I don't know why he gets so worked up.
That's the first I've...
Is it really true? You don't have to ask me that.
I got my own opinion about that.
That's totally obvious.
Do you really think? That's the first I've heard of it.
Hey! What's your task here?
My job? Training the lads. I teach them how to get muscles of steel. I also take care of the prisoners. I'm like a damn father to those bastards. But my real art is to get them to talk. And believe me, I have ways to make anyone talk.
Sounds awfully nice.
But those flea-infested blockheads we have currently locked up don't have much to say anyway. And they won't let me deal with that Gorn.
Could you train me?
Sure, I can help you become stronger, but I don't give anything away for free.
How much do you want?
You run around outside the castle, don't you? Here's what I suggest. My assistant Den made himself scarce during the last attack. What a quitter. But he didn't run for it empty-handed. He took the contents of our cash box with him.
What cash box?
We have this chest where we keep the stuff we have, collected over the course of time. And that was a tidy sum. The chest contained 200 gold pieces along with some precious jewelry. If you bring me back the gold, you can keep the jewels and I'll train you.
Do you know where Den was headed?
As far away from here as possible. I guess he might have tried to get through the pass.
Thanks, that's very helpful.
Well, what can I say? I have no idea where he went.
I've got something for you.
Excellent. I'll train you if you like.
Anything new?
Everything seems quiet. No new prisoners. Nobody who needs help finding the right words. Too bad.
Enough trouble as it is. I can't believe that. It's better to watch out when you tell one. Anything's possible.
Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
Stop!
Who are you?
The question where I come from is much more important. I came across the pass. So, are you going to stop me now, or can I go in?
Well, I couldn't know that. Of course you're allowed in.
Why haven't I heard about this before?
I don't believe this is going to... That's the truth.
How's the situation?
The camp is surrounded by orcs. They've really dug themselves in. But even more alarming are the attacks by the dragons. They have destroyed the entire outer ring by now. Another dragon attack, and we'll take heavy losses.
How many dragons are there?
We don't know how many there are all in all, but it's more than one. But that isn't all. The whole Valley of Mines is full of evil creatures that support the dragons. Let's not kid ourselves. Without reinforcements from outside, our chances of getting out of here alive are slim. Everything is still quiet, but that can change quickly.
Which group of scrapers did Diego go with?
This convict, Diego? He's with Paladin Silvestro's group.
What's your task?
I'm a strategic officer of the king, and I currently answer to the Honorable Commander Garand. We are the last of the paladins here in the castle. All the others have left or fallen. It is now our responsibility to bring a good end to this expedition, and that we shall do. By Enos, that we shall do.
I have a message for you.
What is it?
Your brother is dead. He got as far as the pass.
My brother? Enos put me to a severe test, but he died as his servant. This news is like an arrow which pierces my heart. I shall seek new strength in prayer.
How's the situation?
Your appearance here is a sign of hope to us. We need you. Go talk to Garand. He will explain everything to you.
Get your hands off that! Alarm! Alarm! You haven't seen the last of me!
He really didn't deserve that.
Alarm!
But no,
You haven't seen the last of me!
You came over the pass? Well done. We have already lost a lot of men out there. I know myself what it's like out there. I accompanied a reconnaissance unit for a while. Do you have a weapon? If you need a good weapon, I'm your man.
What became of the unit?
We scouted the area and wanted to advance to the coast. We set up our camp in a cave. It was late at night when the orcs came. They charged us up the slope with torches and drums and discovered us. We tried to flee, but I was the only one who got through. Soon after that, the orcs erected their big palisade, and we pulled back into the castle.
Show me your wares.
he insisted he knew better.
I've my own opinion about that.
Nobody will learn anything from
You again! Alarm!
I'm no better off myself.
Alarm! You haven't seen the last of me!
How's it going?
Brave of you to come here. You got lost, huh?
What are you doing up here?
I'm here to make money.
Here in the middle of nowhere?
I'm a hunter. I specialize in difficult cases. Fire lizards, mine crawlers, dragon snappers, anything nobody else will hunt. That brings in the money.
That's some armor you're wearing.
Yeah, hard to get. It's made of mine crawler plates. A guy named Wolf made it for me. I used to be a convict here in the colony. Gave him a couple of mine crawler plates, and a few days later the thing was finished. The guy's okay.
Where's this Wolf now?
It's been a while since I've seen him. Back then, he was a mercenary here in the colony. I suppose he still hangs around with the boys.
What is there to see here?
A bunch of fire lizards, orcs, and I don't know what else. I haven't been farther up on the high plain. I'd advise you against trying it. The things that live up there don't sound too friendly.
Teach me how to gut animals.
Why not? I've got enough at the moment. Come back once you have more experience. I got this shit. I love this shit.
Teach me how to gut animals.
What do you want? You have to peel crawler plates off the beast's backs with a sturdy knife. What do you want to...
Where does this path lead?
Behind the gate lies the pass to the Valley of Mines. We're on this side. On the other, a few orcs have dug themselves in. It's better if you go back. You cannot get through here.
And what if I go at my own risk?
Then you will die. That's why we're here, so that you don't get such stupid ideas.
How's it going?
The area here is extremely dangerous, so you should turn back. We certainly don't want anything to happen to you.
That's the truth.
Is it really true?
No one really wants to hear
That
that.
wasn't your problem. It was just like you said.
Do you really believe that? Will it ever change?
Same old thing all over again.
It was just like you
There was
said.
no big deal.
There's nothing you can do about it, people. That's all just gossip.
I thought as much.
Hey, you!
I do not sell any weapons. Khaled does. He's in the house with Onar. I don't believe this is gonna change. I knew that would be a problem.
What kinds of weapons do you make?
Plain swords at the moment, not much else. But if I had some magic ore, I could forge weapons that are better than all comparable weapons made from regular old steel. You wouldn't happen to know where to find some around here? Besides in the Valley of Mines, I mean.
No.
Of course not.
I can't help it. I'd have gone about
Are you with the farmers or the mercenaries?
You're pulling my leg, aren't you?
I was just curious.
Have you ever seen a farmer who also forges weapons?
No.
Then why do you ask such stupid questions?
That was obvious all along.
Really should have known better.
I want to join the mercenaries.
Stop blabbering then. Go to Torloff and let him put you to the test.
I've got no time for things like that.
Nobody ever.
Can you teach me how to forge a sword?
Sure. That'll cost you a bit, though. Let's say 30 gold pieces. That. Where did you pick that up then?
Fine. Here's 30 for you.
And that was a damn good price, too. We can start as soon as you're ready. I hardly know what to believe anymore.
That's been going on a long time.
He thinks it's as easy
You
as
mustn't believe everything you hear.
What about forging equipment?
What do you need?
You didn't know that. I agree with you completely.
Why won't they listen to me? Where did you pick that up then?
That doesn't surprise me.
Tell me that isn't true.
Hey, where you think you're going?
To the house, of course.
Onar pays us not to let guys like you in here.
I want to talk to Lee.
What do you want from him?
Is it really true?
I want to join the mercenaries.
Fresh cannon fodder. Then go on in. Lee's in the right wing. Don't even think about wandering around anywhere else. But above all, leave Onar alone. He doesn't like it when people talk to him without being asked. Especially not guys like you.
I've got my own opinion about that.
Everything fine with you?
If it's something important, go talk to Lee. Otherwise, leave me alone.
Who the devil let you in here? What are you doing here? I thought you were dead.
What makes you think that?
Gorn told me it was you who brought down the barrier.
Yes, that was me, all right.
I never would have thought that a man could survive something like that. What brings you here? You aren't here without a reason.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
I absolutely must talk to the paladins in town. Can you help me get to them?
What's your business with the paladins?
That's a long story.
I've got time.
Zardoz sent me on a mission. He wants me to obtain a powerful amulet, the Eye of Innos.
So you're still allied to that necromancer. I see. And the paladins have this amulet?
As far as I know, yes.
I can help you get to the paladins, but first you need to become one of us.
I agree with you completely.
How can you help me get to the paladins?
Trust me, I've got a plan. I think you're the right man for it. I'll take you to the paladins, and you'll do me a favor. But first, join us.
What can you do about it?
What exactly are you doing here?
Quite simple. I'm gonna see to it that we all get off this island. Onar hired us to defend his farm, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. But our reward is more than just our pay. By helping the farmers, we cut the city off from its provisions. And the less the paladins have to eat, the sooner they'll listen when I finally make them an offer of peace.
What is your offer going to look like?
Essentially, it will be about our pardons and free passage to the mainland. You'll learn more when the time comes.
You listened to the wrong.
Gorn told you about me? What happened to him?
You remember him, don't you?
Sure.
He got caught by the paladins and was sent back to the Valley of Mines with a penal convoy. If the road to the Valley of Mines wasn't plastered with paladins and orcs, I'd have sent a couple of the boys already to free him. But the way things are, there's no point. Poor devil.
That was quite obvious.
I want to join you.
I'd hope you say that. I can use every able man here. The last mercenaries I accepted have done nothing but stir up trouble. In principle, you can start right away. Well, first there's one or two things we need to get straight, but it's no big deal.
What do I have to get straight before I can join you?
Onar, the landowner, is the one who employs us. You can only stay on the farm with his approval. And then there's the boys. I can only accept you if a majority of the mercenaries agree that you join us. But don't go to Onar before everything is straightened out. He's a very impatient fellow.
How can I convince the mercenaries to vote me in?
By doing what is expected of you as a mercenary, I should say. Talk to Torloff. He's usually outside in front of the house. He'll put you to the test. If you can pass that, you should have earned a large part of the necessary respect. He'll tell you everything else you need to know.
I knew that would be a problem.
I'm ready to join you.
Not before you've passed Torloff's test.
That was quite obvious.
I agree with you completely.
I'm in enough trouble as it is.
Will it ever change? Don't tell me you didn't know that. He insisted he knew better.
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
Damn it! What's up?
for a thing or two.
There's nothing you can do about it.
And that's just like you said.